G'day again YouTube. A couple of people have actually asked for an update about my 1994 Mitsubishi TR Magna wagon that I converted into a trailer back in 2010 and made a few suggestions on what I can do with it, all positive ways. I'll just give you a quick update of what's been done since my last video a couple of years ago now. So since then, it's had a pair of K-bolts fitted just for the giggles, because after all, you know, trailer's got a bit of balls. And some of you may recall, since my last video, which I'll link in the description, I've put an opaque window tint on the windows, so that way it still allows all the light in, but keeps the peering eyes out. There's still a couple of bits that I'd like to redo because it was my first attempt. So like on the corners just here, and a little couple of bits on side windows where it's just bubbled on the corners, and generally overall didn't come out 100%. But for my first attempt at tinting windows, I'm quite pleased because it still allows all the natural light in, but it doesn't allow people to peer in. And overall the inside's still the same. I've got the seats down, the carpet down, because I'm in the process of converting it to a camper trailer rather than a general use trailer. And I've taken the bracket out from the side where the jack would normally go, and the centre one where the spare tyre would bolt in, so that way I got the extra storage. And I started to high fill prime the roof, ready for paint. I just need a good sand to get rid of all the hail damage that was in it. So all that's been started to be sanded, or high fill prime sanded and all that. That's why it looks a bit scraggly at the moment, because it's getting prepared for paint and a good fresh coat primer. And then up front, got two new doors, like the side doors. The old ones were damaged and I was starting to get a bit on a nice way of saying it, screwed. And I started to reskin the front, so I put a more aerodynamic front on, and we'll start to do that. I'm pot riveting it all together to start with, and just mucking around with the high fill primer to get the rough idea of how it'll look. And then once I'm happy and I've finished actually putting from here to the door and actually done the contour to the door, once I'm happy, I actually weld it all up rather than pot rivet and then full on body fill it and paint it. So the new front skin is actually being built as we speak, but while it's still keeping the trailer roadworthy and on the road. And all the new materials are actually, probably see on this side where it's flaked off, it's all been done with like galvanised steel, like it's 1mm galvanised steel, so there's no chance of it rusting. And once it's all done, it's all welded up, the whole lot will get a fresh coat of bog, primer and fresh coat of paint, most likely in Sapphire Blue to match the car, or in its original, or in the trailer's original colour, which was Mirage Silver, which is actually sort of like a metallic version of that, and actually looked quite nice when it was actually all done. I'm either thinking of doing it in Mirage Silver like that, which is a metallic, or in, I think it's called Crystal Blue, which is the same as the blue on the replacement panels that I've used, which is sort of like a silvery blue. So one of those three colours will be used. But I'm sort of leaning towards putting it into its original Mirage Silver colour, that way it's sort of period correct. Not that it matters much, but it'll just be nice to have the original colour on it. And as for the car, you may remember it had a body kit on it. So that has since been removed, and it's now got the standard factory front and rear bumpers on it. The spoiler and mags remained, but once I get the actual decent view, but it's got the standard front bumper back on it now that the KJ Verada V6 XIs had. And yeah, so I've just left the eyelids on it, which are these units, which is bolt on the TJ Magna VRX 17-inch alloys, and the spoiler. So it's all back to pretty much a stock state. Apart from pulling the body kit off and doing that, the car has been, well, it's in the middle of having new suspension fitted. So that's the old shocks, and after 340,000 kilometers they're looking pretty beat up. So the new rear shocks are in, using new heavy duty springs and new shock mounts, the lot. So that way now gives a good ride, and I'm using, I have to put the front in yet, but they're Ultimas, so they're a good brand and I'm loving them at the moment. So for Ultimas I got the lot for a really good price, so I just got to put the fronts in yet. Once the fronts go in, I'll be able to put the new control arms in, because it was actually because with mine, these bushes are gone, and it was cheaper to buy the complete genuine Mitsubishi control arms for $195 per pair, rather than it was $80 each for just these bushes, and there's 3 bushes on each control arm. So there's the big one at the front, that one, and the one with the ball joint up the front. So it's at $80 a pop each. So you're looking at well over $200 just for the bushes plus install. So it's cheaper to buy. So for 6 bushes at $80 each, it was cheaper to buy the genuine Mitsubishi control arms, which if I can get a shot of it without pulling everything off, it was just cheaper to buy the whole control arm pairs for $195 direct from Mitsubishi, rather than the individual bushes for aftermarket units. So they're just a bolt-in part, which I'm laughing about. So yeah, apart from that, the car's now back to pretty much a stock appearance, apart from the mags, spoiler and the eyelids, and just needs a bit of paint on the bonnet, the roof and the front and rear bumpers, just to bring it back to 100%. appearance. And the trailer, it's in the middle of having the front skin redone. Just before, if you look at the old video, it used to just go straight down across the front, and it was just a flat front rather than poking out. So this way it's going to be a lot better and more aerodynamic once it's complete. And I'm just doing it in my spare time as I've got a chance. In my spare time. And I can't exactly afford to pull it off the road for, say, 3-4 months to do the whole job properly, because it needs to be kept roadworthy, because now it's 5 years old, or it's 7 years old now, being built in 2010. The appliances are 2010. It now requires an annual roadworthy certificate in New South Wales, which means to re-register it every June. What I have to do is take it down to my mechanics. They check all the tail lights. So what I'll do is I'll check to make sure tail lights, indicators, brake lights, the number plate lights, all that work, just so that way all the lights work. I'll make sure all the tyres are roadworthy, and these tyres got put on for rego this year at $80 each. They're just the cheap ones to get out of trouble, because the old ones were pretty much dead. So these ones have only done 500k, if that, since May this year, when I had the pink slip done, the pink slip roadworthy. So that should last another couple of years. And I'll check the axle, all the bushes and that underneath, like for the axles. I'll check the mounting points, and I'll check to make sure that the tow hitch, or the tow connector, is load rated and has all the manufacturer's markings on it, which this one is, even though the actual trailer is 400 kilo and has a GVM of, or it's a tear weight of 400 kilo and a GVM of 750. To be safe, I've got a tow hitch rated at 2000 kilo on it, which is 2 ton, and same with the chain, just to be safe. And I've also put the different plug on it, so it's now got the 7, oh, it's got the 7 pin or the 9 pin, so it's the 7 plus 2, so that way it's can connect to any 7 pin flat plug as normal. Then when it's on my car, it can actually, when I get the opportunity to, I can actually put auxiliary batteries mounted in the trailer wherever I want to, most likely in the quarter panels at the back where there's room, and it can be charging the batteries as we go. And I can buy another plug like that when I want to, and hook it up to a solar panel, so that way if I'm out camping, I can just plug it into the solar panels and it'll be charging up the batteries during the day, as well as having the battery power for the night. And eventually I'll also put all the, like, 12 volt cigarette lighter plugs in it, so that way it's all usable. So anyway, that's just what I said was going to be a quick update 14 minutes ago. So yeah, time to end it. I'll see you in the next video.